Good morning. Welcome, everyone, to meditation with Adam and everyone else who's joining. Hope you slept well and are ready to start your day with some peace and calm and natural breathing meditation. It is session 164. We're training in the natural breath, appreciating that we are breathing. We woke up this morning and we're breathing, aren't we? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. It's a very good way to start the day because we, so far, from however long we can remember, have woken up breathing. It doesn't seem particularly special, but this is an error because we cling potentially to permanence. We mistakenly believe that our body, our self, everything is permanent and doesn't change. We fear change and almost see it as something negative. Saying yesterday, when we say to someone, you've changed so much, it's often delivered in a negative way, almost as an insult. You should have stayed the same how you were 20 years ago. But I said yesterday, if somebody says to us, you've changed, then we should say to them, of course I've changed. I'm changing moment by moment. What do you want me to do? Stay the same? When we look at the world that we're in now, we can think it's changed. You go to a city centre, especially now it's September. Oh, it's changed. On a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, suddenly it's gone quiet again. And we see change. But things are always changing. Continuously. We're changing. We're impermanent, aren't we? We look for reassurance in permanence, and this is an error. It's just a natural, mistaken mental action to look for security. We look for security, don't we? We look for security in job security, relationship security, health security. Oh. Financial security. We're always looking for security. And we look for security in permanence. But the error of that is that you can't find it. You can't find this. We can't find the security that we seek. And that's why life can be so frustrating and tiring and annoying. Yeah, let's face it. We put on a brave face, but it's annoying, tiring, trying to find security in a place where it can't be found. If we really want to feel secure and solve our daily problems, we need to accept that everything is changing. Everything changes. So when you go somewhere, you think that's changed. I think, well, yes, it has. Oh, it's changed. Say it in a negative way, like, oh, it's changed. You're not what it used to be. But that's the kind of nostalgic thinking, holding on to some idea of what a place was, which is all in our imagination anyway. And it never was that in the first place. It's living in the past. Nostalgic for the past, anxious about the present, and worried about the future. This is samsara, you know. This is where we find ourselves. The way to stop this is to go with the flow. So in our vocabulary, you know, in the language that we use, we understand, we say, don't we? Go with the flow, or do we? Let go. Just let go. And when we do go with the flow and let go, oh, we feel better. But the more we cling, the more difficult it is to go with the flow and let go. So all we're left with is a bottle of wine and some milk tray and a Netflix series, just to take the edges off things. And it does temporarily. But then the next day we wake up, same. So why am I talking about this morning? Because when we focus on the breath, although it's a neutral object, can remind us of many things. And one of the most important reminders, if we want to turn our meditation from a kind of lightweight massage, tonic, temporarily feel better, to spiritual practice, you know, where we can solve our daily problems on a deep level. Yeah. We just use it as a balm or a tonic, make ourselves temporarily feel better. Problems will keep coming back. They just keep coming because we're not getting to the root of them. It's like clearing a bed of nettles, just hacking them off. Think, oh, it looks clear. That's better. Didn't get to the root. A month or so later, they're back again. It's the same. We know, don't we? We temporarily pacify our problems. They come back in a different way. Because the root for problems is still there. The root for problems is not outside of us. It's not a government. It's not a partner, family, bank account, job. That's not the root of our problems. The root of our problems is inside of us. This is something we need to try to understand. Because if we don't, we'll be in a continuous state of frustration, blaming other people for how we're feeling. You think my problems are coming from my mind, in particular from the mind that clings to permanence. I need to go with the flow. And my breath is reminding me I'm impermanent. Here today, gone tomorrow. Everything. Spanish flu. Remember that? Probably not. We weren't alive, were we? One of the last global pandemics. Where were all the people who lived through that? Even the ones who survived. Gone. And in the future, we will be gone, won't we? We're not permanent. Our ego mistakenly tells us you're going to live forever. Big mistake. And for as long as we keep telling ourselves that, we'll experience many, many problems. But if we say to ourselves, you're impermanent, you're changing, you're aging, and fully accept that, happiness will rain down on us. It's interesting, isn't it, that in our society, we believe, or conventionally, it's sort of secretly believe that if you deny aging, if you deny death, you'll be happy. These subjects are morbid, and only miserable people think about them. This is a confused mind, because if we think about them skillfully, this is the point. These subjects, aging, sickness, death, they're just subjects, themes, aren't they? They're experiences we're going to have. Whether they're morbid or not depends upon how we think about them, not the themes in themselves. Whether something is good or bad depends on us. Peanut butter Kit Kats. Haven't tried one, but I saw one the other day. Good or bad? I said, oh, really good, really, really good. According to whom? I was saying, like, earlier on in this series about some new Indian cafe that had opened up. Vegan Indian street food place. And I cycled past there and I said to the guy, I don't know, it said something on the menu like amazing taste or whatever. I said, is it though? Is it amazing? And he said, well, that depends on you, doesn't it? Perfect answer. His answer. He could have said, yes, it is amazing. It's amazing. But with his wisdom, he gave the correct answer. Well, it depends on you. So these themes, they don't have to be miserable. They don't have to be dark and heavy. They can actually help us. They're truths. You know, when Buddha first taught in the deer park in Sarnath in India, you can go there to this spot where he first taught. He taught the Four Noble Truths to 5 students. So he had 5 students. He started with 5 students. And he said you should understand, suffering. You should understand sickness, aging, and death. These are the very first words. And he wanted his followers to be happy. But interestingly enough, he started with that theme. He didn't start by pretending everything is okay. Oh, everything's fine. Everything will be wonderful. He's going to the truth, to reality. Yeah. If we want to really be happy, not just, superficially, just temporarily, but really deeply solve our daily problems, we need to come to terms with our existence, which is it's impermanent. So as we're sitting focusing on the breath, we appreciate that and we feel lighter. It's like we're letting go of the baggage or the baggage, letting go of it. I'm impermanent. I'm changing. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. So then, we look at ourselves in the mirror. We see that we're aging. It's okay. That's okay. That's what happens. Even people say to, "Oh, you look younger. You don't, you look this, yeah." Inside, I think they may be saying that, but I am aging, and I'm not going to live in denial about that because this is the truth. Freedom coming, and with respect to being mindful, as we're focusing on the breath, we think these are precious breaths. I'm never going to have these breaths again. So therefore, we're fully and completely connected to the breath. Instead of continuously having to bring our mind back, we're there because we understand our impermanence. Let's give it a go. The natural breathing. See how we get on. So sitting comfortably. Making the intention to stay focused over these next 10 minutes. And bringing our attention to the natural breathing, entering and leaving our body. As we're sitting here, connecting to our breathing, appreciating every breath. We'll never be able to repeat today. We're continuously changing in a world that is continuously changing on so many levels. We either let go or we get dragged along. As we abide with our breathing, we appreciate this. This knowledge of impermanence doesn't weigh us down, make us sad. It actually liberates us. We can appreciate in each moment as we connect with our breath. We can let go. All our distractions coming because we're holding on to a changing world. As you focus on the breath, allow yourself to let go simply by connecting to your breathing. calmly abiding with our breathing. Whatever's to come, whatever's happened in the past, we allow ourselves to let it go. And go with the flow of our changing body, changing mind, changing world. Even our breath is changing, although it seems the same. Every single breath is different. As we're sitting here in our body, seems like it's not changing, but it is on many levels. So looking at the day ahead, we encourage ourselves to let go, using our breath through the day to help us let go and go with the flow of change. There's this expression, dance in the play of impermanence. Dance in the play of impermanence. So initially, impermanence or change is scary. We feel worried, maybe. But as we start to appreciate the reality of impermanence, we can go from just accepting it to dancing in the play of impermanence. I don't know if you used to have a school club when you were growing up. At my school, we had a school club, or any kind of disco when you were a teenager, maybe even an adult now. And there's this time, isn't there? So there's the food, and like a parties and school clubs and things. There's like you arrive and talk, and then there's the music, and then there's the discos, and and then initially there's the dance floor. There's a DJ and the lights, and nobody's on there, are they? It's just empty. And then gradually, people start thinking about it, maybe moving a bit on the sides, feeling really awkward and self-conscious and uncomfortable. But as things warm up, start to get more into it, get onto the dance floor, enjoy yourself, let go, have a great time, dancing the night away. You often see it at weddings as well, don't you? There's that time when you're standing on the side feeling rigid and uncomfortable. But when you start going with it and letting yourself go, happy. It was a great night. Our best experiences generally are when we let ourselves go. And with respect to impermanence, there are stages of understanding it. There's that initial stage where it's uncomfortable. Don't know if I want to be hearing this at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. But then, if we can go with it, let go, we can start to really enjoy change, use it to our advantage, go with the flow, and experience a different type of happiness that comes from letting go and dancing with change. Yeah. To accepting it. If we don't, we'll get dragged along anyway. Yeah. These are our choices. This is Zen proverb. I don't know who said it. It's just a proverb. Let go or be dragged. Yeah. I wish you a pleasant day ahead and hope to see you tomorrow night for session 165 at 7:30. All being well. We'll have all changed, won't we? By then, hopefully we'll still be around and ready for some more meditation. Thanks for listening. And bye for now.